Once upon a time, Satyavati got married to Ruchik, who was an old man and was greatest among the Bhrigus. Ruchik desired to have a son with a notable quality of being good. Hence, he gave Satyavati an offering to fulfill this desire. He also gave Satyavati's mother an offering to bore a child with the qualities of a Kshatriya. Satyavati's mother, however, asked Satyavati to exchange the offering with her. Hence, Jamadagni was born to Satyavati having qualities of Kshatriya, and Vishwamitra was born to Satyavati's mother. Gadi is considered to be his father. Vishwamitra is one of the 7 revered sages of ancient India. He, like the other Saptarishi, have a semi-immortal life due to the presence of yogic aspects and penance. He is the author of Mandala 3 of Rigved, which includes the notable Gayatri Mantra. In Vedic culture, Gayatri Mantra is recited thoroughly and repeatedly due to its divine powers. Today, the Gayatri Mantra is considered to be one of the most powerful mantras in the world, and chanting brings abundant positive energy into a person's body, soul, and life. Until now, only 24 sages have understood and imbibed the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra to the fullest, giving us an idea of the kind of power that the Gayatri Mantra holds in this universe. Vishwamitra is first on this list, and Yajnavalkya is the last one. Vishwamitra has been mentioned in many Puranas, but none like the narration of his life in Valmiki Ramayana. Before jumping into that, let's go through the story of how Kaushik, the descendant of Kusha, became Vishwamitra and got possession of unimaginable amounts of power. The story goes back to when Kaushik laid his eyes on the cow Sabala owned by Maharshi Vasishtha. He wished to possess the cow and asked Vasishtha to give it to him. After a stern rejection, Kaushik grew furious and attacked Vasishtha. Vasishtha defeated Kaushik. He wanted to understand the secret of the Maharishi and he prayed to Vamadev. Vamadev guided him to penance, and this time Kaushik turned into Vishwamitra. He had such great powers that he turned King Harishchandra into a crane. This is his story of introspection and realization of the power that penance holds. His tiff and encounter with Vasishtha can be said to be the turning point of his life. It is often said that one cannot become a Maharishi only by his own merit, since the position bends heavily towards divinity and greatness that a common man cannot understand. However, Vishwamitra proved them wrong. He became a Maharishi by the power of his own merits, efforts, and dedication. Like other rishis, Vishwamitra too can be seen to have multiple birth stories. The one mentioned in the 51st prose of Balakand of Valmiki Ramayana goes this way. Vishwamitra was the son of Gadi, who was also known as Kushanabha. Kushanabha was the son of Kusha, who is the son of Brahma himself. Vishwamitra was a great king and he ruled the kingdom and the earth for thousands and thousands of years. Menaka, the celestial nymph born during the Samudra Manthan episode, desired a family. Vishwamitra was growing powerful every day. It scared the gods as he was on the verge of creating another heaven, Trishanku Swarga. Indra sent Menaka from heaven to earth to lure Vishwamitra and break his penance. Menaka was successful in that, but she also genuinely fell in love with him. Their love gave birth to a daughter named Shakuntala. Ramba, another Apsara, also tried to test Vishwamitra. It resulted in him cursing her. Vishwamitra went to the highest mountains in the Himalayas to perform deep penance for thousands of years. This time, it was Indra's turn to test him. He went to Vishwamitra as a poor Brahmin begging for food. Vishwamitra, who was going to break his fast after several days of penance, immediately gave away his food to the Brahmin and slowly learned how to master his passions. This is how his journey started as a Maharishi.